telling you earlier also, I'm a team player and always put the company that I'm working for ahead of my personal goals and try to add to the customer's need. Value addition.
Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, the podcast where we uncover insights and perspectives from some of the most accomplished minds across industries. I am Rajesh Joshi, and today we are privileged to have a very special guest whose expertise spans decades of innovation, leadership, and impact in the aerospace industry. While we won't give away all the details just yet, our guest has played a pivotal role in shaping the future of aerospace engineering, mentoring young professionals, and contributing to groundbreaking advancements. This conversation is not just about his incredible journey, but also about the lessons and inspirations that resonate across industries. Today's episode promises to be enlightening as we delve into leadership, innovation, and the future of engineering. So, whether you're an aspiring professional or a seasoned expert, there's something here for everyone. Without further ado, let's dive in and welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. G.B. Shankar, to FaceTime with Leaders. Dr. Shankar, it's an honor to have you here with us. We welcome you to this podcast.
Namaste Rajesh. Namaste all viewers. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be part of this podcast and giving me an opportunity to reach your viewers by featuring me on FaceTime with Leaders. Thank you.
Great, great. So, Dr. Sankar, with an illustrious career spanning decades and contributions to some of the most innovative aerospace projects, your journey must be filled with incredible stories. If you were to reflect on your path so far, what would you say has been the most defining chapter of your career, one that shaped who you are today? We'd love to hear about the moments and milestones that stand out the most to you.
I did my graduation in 1982, and those days, the first thing we look forward is to join a public sector company. That was our first preference. So, in that way, I decided to join HAL, and immediately after my engineering, I joined HAL. And in the initial period of my service, I was regarded more as a software guy with knowledge of computers and programming. In our design team, I used to do all the design calculations, develop computer programs, simulation models, and do whereas others they used to take care of the mechanical hardware development. In 90s, we were designing and developing LCA environmental control system at HAL Lucknow. One of the critical units for this ECS environmental control system is called the cold air unit. That was
Mhm.
under development. I was involved in the design phase of that, and there were some failures during testing, and a very good machine design engineer was handling it, who was the best hardware engineer in the team at that time. But for some personal reasons, that person resigned and left HAL. Then the higher management decided to put me on that hardware development project. Since I was involved in the design, I was able to develop and take it to type testing and supplied the required prototypes to the LCA program for the flight testing at Bangalore. That has established me as a designer who is good at both software and hardware. So that was one turning point, we can say. But the next turning point was when I took a transfer to ARDC in HAL Bangalore,
Mhm.
where I got involved in installation, integration, ground testing, and flight testing of ECS and oxygen system on LCA. This gave me a very good opportunity to work on these two mechanical systems right from beginning to the flight testing. And apart from that, of course, I used to help other system people in some calculations like other systems like hydraulics and fuel systems. Then later on, I went on to design these systems for other aircraft also. Then the next turning point was when I joined TCS.
Mhm.
And through TCS, I worked for Airbus for their landing gear systems on their A330, A340, and A380 aircraft for about 2.5 to 3 years. Then I worked for Pilatus from TCS for designing the ECS and oxygen system for the business jet aircraft. So apart working from different aircraft mechanical systems, what it gave me an opportunity to work with international authorities in aircraft development. For example, one of them was an author of several books on aircraft systems, and another
Mhm.
was was there on SAE committee that formulates standards on aircraft safety. So from TCS, I was able to work with leading aircraft and engine manufacturers, and that has helped me to absorb their best practices into my professional life. And the best part is that I am still in touch with people start right from beginning of my career till date, and maintain
Mhm.
very cordial relationships.
Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely fascinating how those moments not only defined your journey, but also impacted the projects and people around you. Dr. Sankar, working with global airworthiness standards like FAR, MIL, and Euro K, requires not only technical precision, but also deep commitment to safety and excellence. Over your career, how have these standards influenced your approach to aerospace design? And is there a particular project where adhering to these rigorous benchmarks became a pivotal part of its success?
In aerospace, of course, safety is paramount. It starts along with whenever we start the aircraft design. From the design phase itself, the safety aspect also is taken care, and it continues till the end of the component or the system. This is achieved with rigorous standards, as you have put correctly, and they could be either voluntary or regulatory or from some sort of contractual type between the companies and the customers,
Mhm.
and not only for civil and but also for military aircraft also. Just to give you an idea of the number of standards, when I joined in HAL in 1982, SAE, that is one institution that develops a lot of standards. They have developed some standards for aerospace. In 82, those standards were about 3,000. Now, as of today, 2024, they are almost sixfold, 17,500 standards are there from SAE alone. Then, if you look at from RTCA, they deal with avionics. In 82, the standards were about 60. Now, they are more than 200. And DOD standards, which are all mill standards, which are used for most of the aircraft testing and every phase of development. They
Uh-huh.
were almost 10,000 in 1982 itself. Now you can imagine how much that should have ballooned.
My goodness me.
And added to these, you have FAA, ESA, ASA, ISO, ATA, ATA chapter, those standards, and NA standards, and many more, from respective countries and regions. The figures, number of these standards, it's mind blowing. Apart from safety, these standards enable interoperability, and they take care of the quality assurance, and while complying with the regulatory requirements. They are evolved with the involvement of all stakeholders and countries. Most of the countries like USA and all, they take pride in maintaining the leadership position in these standards, and of course, it helps their economy as well. And these are all harmonized so that all regions can follow and develop aircraft, and they basically make the process of development to a standardized way. These standards they start from requirements phase to design and to prototype building and up to flight testing. So many are production, operation, maintenance until obsolescence. It continues. The materials that we take, again, standardized. The manufacturing processes to be followed, standardized. And the rigorous testings that every component and system goes through at different levels, at ground level, test rig level, all aircraft level. All these things, standards are there which we have to follow. So when we follow all these aerospace standards, safety is guaranteed, and it gives us an opportunity to focus more on our design and innovations. That's what makes air travel the safest mode of travel in the world. And
Yeah.
similarly, while developing the military aircraft, also which costs hundreds of crores of rupees, safety is priority for us there.
Right.
safety of the pilot. We are ready to lose the aircraft, but not the pilot. That is, used to be our motto. And we have followed all these specification standards rigorously in our LCA program, and the result is before you. So as of today, there are 5,443 test flights and without any fatality. And it has given huge orders to HAL, and which is saving a lot of foreign currency and also giving a modern aircraft to the at a fraction of cost compared to similar aircraft if you have to import that. So all these are possible because we have rigorously followed all these standards.
Right, right, absolutely. And these standards, these are all, I mean, anybody and everybody who is part of this entire supply chain, are they self-certified, or are there separate agencies who will do the certification and only then they are eligible to supply?
Yes, there are airworthiness agencies involved, so
Uh-huh.
they have to supervise and certify that these are done.
Okay, okay. So every time there is a suppose there is a vendor and he is into the supply chain, if he is supplying a particular part, then he has to get it certified by that airworthiness agency. Only then will he be able to supply. Is that right?
Yes, there are two aspects to that. One is the certifying agency has to certify the
Mm-hmm.
place where they are doing these manufacturing things or
Uh-huh.
even the testing. First of all, that place itself is to be certified. Secondly, when they are testing, again, they will be
The part has to be. Okay.
witnessed by the airworthiness authorities, and then they certify it that yes,
Wow,
these tests are done.
wow. Phenomenal. I mean, hearing how you've navigated such rigorous benchmarks is truly inspiring. Speaks volumes about your dedication to the industry, sir. Dr. Sankar, being deeply involved in the design of environmental control systems for a wide range of aircraft and leading pivotal design reviews like those for AMCA and LCA AFMK2, you've been at the heart of some truly transformative projects. One that you've been speaking about in the past 5-10 minutes. Can you take us through one of these experiences where your leadership made a critical difference? It must be incredible to see how your work contributes to the success and safety of such advanced systems.
Yeah, I firmly believe in that the contribution of team and thereby the results is always more than the arithmetic addition of the individual contributions. Throughout my career, I tried to take the team together. At the
Mm,
workplace, one must deal with different people or representatives from different agencies. During the development of LCA, I have seen very closely different individuals putting in very hard work in terms of time and energy. We used to work almost 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and again come back to aircraft on Sunday also, at least for a half a day to see the progress of the work. As a designer, I must coordinate with people from production, testing, installation, integration, quality assurance, government agencies like CRI, DGA, QA, and RCMA of Semilac, flight test team, and of course the pilot. These people are all from different backgrounds and different temperaments and different expectations, so on and so forth. Apart from these, you have people from nodal agencies that develop the aircraft like ADA, the engineers working under you, and the vendors and the suppliers of equipment and tools. So whether it is a person from higher echelons of the company, like GM or director, or a technician on the shop floor, my behavior used to be the same, always ready to explain and guide with my knowledge and learn from them also. So with so many people working hard, very hard, day in and day out, but the results were not commensurate with that hard work that they had put in. This question used to haunt me. I had
mhm.
the opportunity to work with some leaders and teams in the aviation industry from Western countries. What I observed was that they work towards one goal with the highest integrity. So when I was sharing some of these design reviews, where representative from all those fields mentioned earlier were also participating, I brought out this point in my introductory opening remarks. I impressed upon them, all the people in those reviews, that the goal is to give the best product to our customer, that is the Air Force. So let all of us work in that direction instead of debating and discussing other requirements and individual constraints. So this had a very positive response from all the participants, and the review went on very smoothly, and we could come up with actionable points to take the design forward. Similarly, in another review, I was telling them about the safety. Uh, we usually say safety first, but then we usually don't follow that strictly. Whereas I have seen in Western countries, they follow it to, true to the letter type. So even an ordinary meeting, when it starts, they will first give the safety briefing and then take it forward. So this is the importance of safety there. So, and this has to be, taken care parallelly along with the life cycle of the aircraft. So when I have explained these things to them, that has, given them a good understanding and appreciation of that. So these are the things which I could pass on in these reviews, all these people.
Wow, wow. It's truly amazing to hear how your leadership played such a pivotal role, Dr. Shankar. Your ability to navigate complex systems and guide teams towards success is truly inspiring. Dr. Shankar, your academic achievements, including a PhD and advanced degrees from prestigious institutions, combined with your published work on environmental control systems and thermal engineering, speaks volumes about your dedication to advancing aerospace knowledge. How has your research and academic journey influenced your professional contributions? And is there a particular paper or project you feel especially proud of for the impact it made?
So any all the papers and the projects that we work are like our children now. So will not say this is best, that is better, and all of them are very dear to us. I am blessed to have many gurus right from my schooling through my career. The research work was there right from starting of my career. Though I
Mhm.
registered for PhD at the fag end of my career and was able to successfully finish it and get the degree in my 60th year, one thing
Wow.
I have noticed was that the understanding of the subject on any technical paper was very easy with this working experience. One
Mhm.
reading was sufficient to understand completely the content. And the only thing is, remembering power keeps coming down with the age. That we have to be careful. So my advice to youngsters would be complete this academic work at younger age, but space these higher degrees, sufficiently, give some gap
Right, right,
between these
right.
degrees. That will help so that the work experience helps in better understanding of the subjects. My
Absolutely.
BTech was from JNTU Anantapur. JNTU Anantapur's logo has a tagline, Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam. So that was taken from Bhagavad Gita 2.50. Strive for excellence in all your actions is what I understood from it. And our yoga teachers also used to tell as it as a definition for yoga, yoga karmashu kausalam.
Right.
And I did MTech from IIT Madras. There the tagline was Siddhir Bhavati Karmaja. Again from Gita
Right.
4.12, emphasizing succeeding through hard work. Now, when I go back to JNTU Anantapur again for my PhD, I am seeing this Kaushalam in a different angle. The word
Mhm.
comes from Kusha, which are darbas. Ancient Munis, they used to collect these kushas from various rituals, and they used to pluck it in such a way that they take only whatever is required, what is needed, and leave enough for it to grow again. So excellence is not only doing the perfect thing, but also taking only that much which is the minimum requirement from the nature. And this is the fundamental of sustainability. My research work area is it is in my aircraft environmental control system only, but with emphasis on exergy analysis, which talks about available energy and how much of it is being destroyed in our application and how to minimize it. All my research, starting from studying the emerging trends to in aircraft systems and two-phase heat transfer in compact heat exchangers to exergy analysis and simulations for optimizing system configurations, were covered to in technical papers, and they were presented at various conferences and published in some journals. Now, the code that I had developed to carry out the optimizing configuration is passed on to the next generation of engineers in aircraft ECS, and I am guiding them to modify it to optimize the system configurations in their aircraft. This is only one of my responsibilities to the country. Having taken the seat of a young fellow, because I did it at my fag end of my career, I am morally bound to work, guide, mentor, and many more juniors so that the degree is fully justified. And I share my research experience and do the knowledge transfer at all levels, not starting from mechanical engineering students up to experienced designers in the country.
What a beautiful thought. What a beautiful thought, Dr. Shankar. I mean, I remember my father, my grandfather telling that, if knowledge is kept onto yourself, it is absolutely of no use. And if you feel insecure to distribute it, then the very reason for acquiring knowledge itself is futile. The fact that you should not just feel secure, but you should actually feel proud to disseminate the knowledge that you have and to ensure that the next generation or anybody who is learning, it could be your colleague, it could be your friend, anybody who's requiring that knowledge is actually taking it forward too, also ensuring that he is also taking it forward. What a beautiful thought, Dr. Sankar. I mean, it is absolutely inspiring to hear how your academic journey has directly contributed to advancements in aerospace. I mean, your ability to bridge research and practical application is truly commendable. And of course, the fact that you are also taking it beyond, not just keeping it to yourself, but taking it beyond to the next generation. How beautifully have you explained the sustainability part? We will obviously come to that part in some time. Dr. Shankar, with such a remarkable career and an impressive legacy in aerospace, what are your aspirations for the future? As someone with deep technical expertise and leadership experience, do you also see yourself making an impact in boardrooms, shaping strategic decisions at the highest level?
Yeah, what I bring onto the table, in addition to my technical knowledge and experience of working with both national and international teams, integrity and hard work coupled with quick understanding of any problem and to come out with solutions and put in hard work to implement those solutions. And as I was telling you earlier, also I'm a team player and always put the company that I'm working for ahead of my personal goals and try to add to the customer's need value addition. What is that I'm giving there? Then coordinating with various agencies and departments successfully and very cordially. My behavior, seniors, juniors, is always same. As a leader, no, always lead with a lead by example and empathy. And at board level, my responsibility would be to make sure that all the stakeholders' interests are taken care, which is what I did all these years. It is my time to put 4 decades of experience to the betterment of boardrooms, to do good for more number of people. That is the intention.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's an inspiring vision, Dr. Sankar. It is clear that your expertise and leadership have the potential to influence not just projects, but entire organizations. Dr. Sankar, ESG is becoming an essential framework across industries. As you delve into this concept, what aspects of ESG do you find most intriguing, and how do you envision it shaping the way organizations operate in the future?
Of course, now it has become this environmental, social, and governance aspects. It has come to regulatory, but then as I was explaining earlier, taking only what is sufficient from our needs from the nature is kaushalam.
Right.
Uh, as popularly known, the earth has enough resources to meet the needs of all, but not enough to satisfy the greed of even one person. So, of late, we as members of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam are realizing this, and at all levels, the ESG principles are being implemented. It's simple logic that what is not sustainable will vanish and will not be available in future. I am glad to have done my research also on these lines, which is on Exergy analysis. Exergy is available energy, and a portion of it, when used or destroyed, is no longer available for use. So, how to minimize this wastage is the Exergy analysis, and we can look into every action of us and at all times to make living on our planet environmental friendly, sustainable. More than the regulatory requirement on this environment, social, and governance reporting, it's every company's responsibility to make their products and services sustainable. When this is taken care at each and every level, with more and more people understanding its importance, the combined effort would translate into significant change, and that finally would take care of the three P's, that is planet, people, and profit.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a fascinating perspective, Dr. Sankar. It is inspiring to see how you're embracing ESG as a transformative idea. Dr. Sankar, as you begin your journey with Directors Institute, what inspired you to join this community and how do you see it contributing to your growth and aspirations in governance and leadership?
Yeah, so far in my interactions with Directors Institute, I have found them to be very professional, easy to approach, and quick to respond, and very helpful at every step. My intention to join this community is to give back to the society all my experience and my understanding. So I will tell one or two episodes in this. No, like when I was leaving our college, one of our professors had written in the autograph book, "It's not enough to be on top. Let others know. Some sort of aggrandizement is required in this world." So at that time, our English also was not so great. So I went back to the professor and asked, "What does this aggrandizement word means?" So he was explaining that this is what, even though you are topping the class, not many from other branches know that you are the topper in that class. So this is not done. Others should also feel, they should know. So they got some inspiration from that. All those things he was telling me. Then when you come to know, again quoting from Gita, यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो धनः Sayat Pramanam Kurute, Lokastadanuvartate. This is from not that I know all Gita slokas. This is courtesy one of my English lecturers who taught us some important Gita slokas during our school days. So in
Wow.
this, everybody like to follow and become like their idol and attain
Mhm.
the benchmarks created by him. Now, so if we are good at something and we are doing excellent job, it is others who would like to follow us and become like this. So once, when I was working in UK, one of a young engineer asked me, "What is success? Is it having lots of money, or lots of money and properties, or having a high position of power, so on and so forth?" These are the usual things which are seen as scale for success. I defend success to him like this: if there is another person who wants to be like you, or wants to become like you, or wants to do things like you did, then you are successful. The more
Wow.
number of people want to be like you, the more successful you are. So combining all this, what I'm trying to reach more people and pass on the good things that I have learned in my life so far for the betterment. And of course, I'll be striving for excellence in all my activities.
Great, great. That's wonderful to hear, Dr. Sankar. It is clear that Directors Institute is a perfect platform for you to explore governance and make meaningful contributions. And especially, and I am 100% sure on a very personal front, that whatever you are setting out for in terms of actually giving back, I am 100% sure that you are going to succeed. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this insightful episode of FaceTime with Leaders. It has been an absolute privilege to hear from Dr. G.B. Shankar about his incredible journey, his contributions to the aerospace industry, and his vision for the future. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Shankar.
Thank you very much.
If today's discussion resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode and leave us your thoughts. At FaceTime with Leaders, we are committed to bringing you stories and perspectives that inspire and spark meaningful conversations. Stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to learn from those who are shaping industries and redefining leadership. Until next time, keep striving for excellence and making an impact in your own journey. Thank you for being part of our community, and we'll see you soon again on FaceTime with Leaders. This is Rajesh Joshi signing off.